Hi, welcome back to the Street Herbalist. I'm Laurel Honey, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the 8 laws, but we're going to break them down. So, for the next couple of weeks, we'll be talking nutrition. And we want to start out with what makes you think we should be vegetarians? Well, it's because God made us vegetarians. I'm going to show you unequivocally that we are meant to live on a vegetarian diet. Now, carnivores are psychologically designed for predation. That means they're looking for the weak and the sick, the lame. That's what their job is, to cull out those types. Your vulnerable herbivores, which are your animals that the carnivores usually chase, are psychologically designed for foraging. They're looking for the most lush, green, ripe, verdant things that they can find. And as humans, we fit that bill in terms of when we go looking for food, we want it to be ripe and colorful and beautiful. We're not looking for the rotten and the bad. Carnivores' bodies are usually very torpedo shaped because they're projecting ahead. Your vegetarians, like your gorillas, although they do walk on all fours, they do stand up. And your bigger animals like elephants and rhinoceroses, of course, they're not torpedo shaped, they're more blimp shaped. And your giraffes, of course, are very tall. But your goats, your sheep, all those types of animals, they don't have that lean torpedo shape to their body. They're somewhat torpedo shaped because they have to run from predators. The torpedo shape also protects the vital organs. So your heart and your reproductive organs are near the back, so that an animal, if you're fighting to kill something and it kicks you, it's not gonna destroy your ability to reproduce or your life by getting your heart. So that's the reason that they're shaped like this. But we stand up. We are definitely not a carnivore, because if we were chasing and hunting things, our hearts are right there. We'd be in serious trouble. Um, Also, they have forward deployed weapons. Their teeth, are meant for hooking and grabbing. Their claws, same way, made for hooking and grabbing. Weapons on the other animals are designed for defense, for kicking and maneuvering and getting out of the way. Um, they have also sharp nails too. Most of all the carnivores do. Um, and most of your vegetarians don't. They have very stubby, flat nails. Um, they have a digigrade stance, okay? You see how this curves out and it's like a spring, and they're like on their toes at all times, ready to leap and jump. Your vulnerable herbivores and your humans have what they call an unguligrade stance or a plantigrade stance. Um, it's kind of more of a flat-footed. Their foot is on the ground, and designed to run long distances, designed for standing up, especially if they, like giraffes, get up on their hind feet and forage from the tops of trees. Um, your carnivores have super acute hearing to locate prey. Their sense of smell is 100,000 times greater than humans, so they can smell infection and disease. That's how they weed out the weak ones. Um, your vulnerable herbivores, their hearing skills vary. Some are well developed. Sometimes some rely upon sight, some rely upon smell to locate predators. We don't have very good hearing or smell, so if we were out in a wild situation, we'd be kind of at a disadvantage. Um, the eyesight is optimized in carnivores for night vision, because that's usually when they hunt, during the dim hours, dusk and dawn, and during the night. They also have a line. Their cones are in a line along the back of their eye. Our cones are all centered in the front of the eye, again, for picking out bright fruits and bright colors and things that are ripe. And why their cones are in a line is because they react to motion. So you ever see a leaf skitters across the driveway and the dog dashes off after it? When that line of cones is activated, it causes that carnivore to pounce, to chase. We don't have that. Our eyesight is not that of a carnivore. We also have our center of gravity. The center of gravity is just behind the shoulders in a carnivore, so a leap forward carries the full weight of the animal. The center of gravity is similar for quick starts and runs with your herbivores. The center of gravity for man is at our pelvis. We have to bend down if we want to get a quick start. Carnivores exist in smaller numbers. 95% of their chases end in failure. So they have to be, there's not as many of them. They can't support huge families, okay? Your bigger animals, of course, now, with the depletion of the planet, but, there used to be thousands of wildebeest and hundreds of thousands of, gazelle and whatnot. Because their lifestyle of eating plants not only gives them longer life, but it's easier for them to find food. Also, the entire intestinal tract, flat grinding teeth in your in your vegetarians, sharp biting teeth in your carnivores. If animals like gorillas have sharp teeth, it's for threats or for biting to defend themselves. But they have flat grinders for vegetation. The acid in our stomach in a carnivore is 12 times the acid because they're digesting bone and gristle and hide. We have very weak hydrochloric acid. It's very difficult for us to digest meat. Our pancreas, many of our other organs are not manufactured for the digestion of meat. So God said in the book of Genesis that our food will be fruits, nuts, seeds, and grains. It wasn't until after the flood that he allowed the eating of meat, and then only clean meats, only vegetarian animals. And he did that to shorten our lifespan, which did fall because man was living to be almost 1,000. And then after the flood, man's lifespan dropped rapidly within 5 generations to about 127. So because God knew how evil we were, and if we could live another 1,000 years, we would do the same thing that the first ancestors did, just create a mess in the world. So God has shortened our lives in his mercy. But if you would like more information, if you're interested, we have many more. There's John Robbins has some excellent environmental cases. It takes enough water to produce a one cow that you could float a battleship. It's a very wasteful way to eat our food. So if you would be interested in getting this information and the information on difference between carnivores and vegetarians, we will be glad to send it to you. So our address is 190 Hunter Willis Road, Erie, Pennsylvania, 16509. And just put Street Herbalist on it and we'll get it. A healthy colon is nature's perfection. A vegetarian colon will look like this. This is what happens to a carnivorous colon because meat takes so long to digest. It's so difficult. It impacts in the lower digestive tract, exacerbated by refined grains and processed foods as well. So it's very, very important that if we eat the original diet, it will keep all the organs in their original shape. So we want to encourage you. We're going to be talking a little more about this next week or next time. And then we hope to do a little bit of cooking to help you out. So join us again. And thanks for coming and being with us. Hold on. We're not done yet. If you like what you're seeing, let us know. Like, subscribe down below, or if you have comments, if you have questions, we'd be glad to answer them. So do your thing, and we'll be glad to respond. Thanks.